Welcome back, students. In previous classes we discussed arithmetic progression, and this class we will start with geometric progression. Now, what is a geometric progression or what is a geometric sequence? A1, A2, A3 so on are said to be in geometric progression or geometric sequence if and only if ratio of any two consecutive terms A2 divided by A1, ratio of two consecutive terms, any two consecutive terms, even if it is A3 by A2 or A4 by A3, they should all be one and the same, they should be constant. This ratio, if it is constant, let us say R, then such a sequence or progression, it is called a geometric progression, and this constant ratio R, it is called common ratio. See the difference. In arithmetic progression, difference of two consecutive terms was constant. In geometric progression, ratio of two consecutive terms will be a constant. Let us say first term of an geometric progression is A and common ratio is R. What will be the next term? R times first term, right? AR, it will be AR. What will be next term? AR square, R times the previous one. What will be the next term? AR cube, so on. You are able to write all the terms. First term if it is A, common ratio R, then next term will automatically be AR, next term will be AR square, then it will be AR cube, then it will be AR power 4, so on. So, how to write the general term here, nth term Tn or An, what will it be? See, first term T1 is A, second term is A into R square, second term is A into R, third term is A into R square, fourth term is A into R cube. So, what will be another term is the simple question. What is something which is common in all the terms? 1A. So, here also you will have A into R power something. In first term what is it? R power 0, 1 is R power 0. In second term what is it? R power 1. In third term what is it? R square. In fourth term what is it? R cube, 1 less. So, in nth term what will it be? N minus 1. From first term R power 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 1 less. So, nth term what will it be? R power n minus 1. It is very important to write the general term. First class we discussed, it is very important to write the general term. This is the reason. So, in general you will given some series, you have to find the nth term, only then we will be able to solve the questions. Okay. So, nth term of a geometric progression what will it be? AR power n minus 1, whatever be the value of n. So, 29th term T29 what will it be? Put 29 in place of n, it will be A into R power 28. Is the application simple? Okay. So, after discussing what is nth term of a geometric progression, what will it be? AR power n minus 1 will be nth term of your geometric progression. This is how your geometric progression will look like. Let us focus on some properties of geometric progressions, basic properties of geometric progression, and more importantly summation of geometric progression, sum to n terms of a geometric progression. Let us see how to find sum of n terms of a geometric progression. So, what is a geometric progression? It is a sequence where consecutive terms bear the same common ratio, nth term of which is given by A R power n minus 1, where A is the first term, R is the common ratio. Now, what is my target? To find sum to n terms of geometric progression. Let the sum be yes. Let the sum be yes. What is S equal to? Sum of first n terms. First term is A plus AR plus AR square, so on up to nth term is what? AR power n minus 1. I have to find the summation. So, for my convenience, let me also write one term before AR power n minus 1. What will it be? R less, divide by R, AR power n minus 2. Now, to find the summation, what you need to do is multiply S by R, common ratio, multiply the summation throughout by R, common ratio, and do not start writing it from here itself, just push it one step ahead and start writing it. So, A multiplied by R, what will it become? AR. Where will you write? Not here, one step ahead, AR. So, this multiplied by R is coming here, AR. This multiplied by R will go next step. What will it be? AR square. This multiplied by R will go here. What will it be? AR cube, plus so on up to. What will be the term before this? AR power n minus 3. That multiplied by R, what will it become? AR power n minus 2 here. This multiplied by R, what will it be? AR power n minus 1. AR power n minus 2 multiplied by R will be AR power n minus 1 plus this multiplied by R, what will it become? AR power n. AR power n. So, what I will do is simply subtract one from the other. Subtract one from the other. What do you get? S I can take common into 1 minus R will be what? Now, when you subtract, AR is getting cancelled with AR square is getting cancelled with AR square, AR cube will get cancelled with AR cube, AR power so on, everything is getting cancelled, and what are there which are not getting cancelled? A remains minus here AR power n remains. Rest everything in between is getting cancelled. Can you see that? AR square, AR cube. So, what we have is S into 1 minus R is equal to A minus AR power n, or S is what? A into 1 minus R power n divided by 1 minus R. Now, I can do this division only when R is not equal to 1, and if you remember in the very first definition, what was the difference between progression and sequence we talked about? In progression, numbers cannot all be same. So, R cannot be 1. So, happily you can divide by 1 minus R. In the word progression itself, we assume that R is not equal to 1, or here again you can write it in bracket, R is not equal to 1. So, what is sum to n terms of an arithmetic progression? S is equal to A into 1 minus R power n divided by 1 minus R. Now, some textbooks have this habit of writing S is equal to A into 1 minus R power n divided by 1 minus R if R is less than 1, A into R power n minus 1 divided by R minus 1 if R is greater than 1. These two definitions separately. Now, this is nothing but making a fool of yourself. What is the fun in writing these two separately when both of them are one and the same? Are they same or different? Just look at them closely. Are they same or different? They are looking different, but are they really different? 2 by 3 and minus 2 by minus 3, are they same numbers or different numbers? Same numbers, right? So, same number, what is the fun in writing two different cases? No importance, right? And again, when you are talking about R greater than 1 and R less than 1, what happens to the case when R is negative? They have to be discussed, right, again. So, there is no significance of writing it this way. There will be only one formula, either you want this, you follow this, or you follow this. Both of them are one and the same, whichever you want, you can remember it. Sum to n terms of a geometric progression is A into R power n minus 1 by R minus 1, or if you are comfortable with 1 minus R power n by 1 minus R. So, whichever any one of them is fine, you need not mess up with splitting into cases and doing it. This is pure unnecessary thing. There is only one formula for sum to n terms of a geometric progression. Okay. So, slowly we will get lot of questions of geometric progression. Before we move to questions on geometric progression, let us also discuss some properties of geometric progression. See, in arithmetic progression, I said that if x plus y is same as m plus n, then ax plus ay will be equal to am plus an. We saw a question in which how this beautifully, this particular concept made it very easy. You will have plenty of other questions where using this, the question which actually needs a page to solve, you can just look at the question and solve them. So, let us see if any such property can also be framed for a geometric progression. Now, what we did in arithmetic progression was we paired these two numbers, we added them and saw that that sum was coming same as this sum. Yes or no? Observe what is happening in case of a geometric progression. Is the sum same? A plus AR power n minus 1, AR plus AR power n minus 2, they are not same, right? Sum is not same, but what is same? If you closely see it, product is same. What is product of these two numbers? A square r power n minus 1, a square r power n minus 1, and what is product of these two numbers? A into a, again a square, r into r power n minus 2 will be r power n minus 1. Similarly, if I look at product of these two numbers, what will it be? One term before, a square, r square here, r power n minus 3 here, r power n minus 1 again. So, product of these two terms will be same. In case of an AP, sum was same. In case of a GP, what will happen? If A1, A2, A3 are terms in GP, AX into AY will be same as AM into AN. AX into AY is same as AM into AN. You can as well prove it. If these terms are in GP, A1, A2, A3 so on are in GP, then what will be AX? It will be A into R power x minus 1, right? What will be AY? A into R power y minus 1. So, what will be your LHS? What is it getting simplified to? A into a square, R power multiplication, you can add the powers x plus y minus 2. Let us see what will RHS get simplified to. AM is mth term of a GP. What is mth term of a GP? AR power m minus 1. What is nth term of a GP? AR power n minus 1. When you multiply both of them, what will you get? A square R power m plus n minus 2, m plus n minus 2. So, you know you are given that x plus y is equal to m plus n, x plus y is equal to m plus n. So, x plus y will be equal to m plus n. So, can you see that LHS and RHS are both one and the same? A square is same, x plus y is same as n plus 2. So, both of them are one and the same. So, this product will be one and the same. Let us say G1, G2, G3, G4. How to use this? Let us say G1, G2, G3, G4 so on up to G100 form a geometric progression. Let us say they form a geometric progression. If you are given G1 into G100, will it not be same as G2 into G98, 99 sorry. This sum is how much? 101. This sum is how much? 101. So, these two products will be one and the same. So, if you have to write this is equal to G49 multiplied by which number? Which number will that be? This sum should be again 101. So, this should be how much? 52. Such that the sum is 101. This is equal to G25 into which number? This sum should again be 101. So, which number will give you 101? 76 will give you 101. So, this is how you can see that they are all one and the same. These numbers are all one and the same. So, we will have lot of questions on GP and combination of GP and AP. Slowly we will move to them. We discussed three things. In a geometric progression, your nth term is given by AR power n minus 1. Then sum is given by A into 1 minus r power n divided by 1 minus r. Then we discussed one more property which says if x plus y is equal to m plus n, then in a GP Ax into Ay will be equal to Am into An. This is happens in AP, like sum was same. So, in GP the product will remain same. Okay. This is a very important property, very useful to you in problem solving. Okay. So, after this there are also some properties which club AP and GP together, or which have to be discussed both AP and GP together. All those properties we will discuss them. Before moving to those properties and some numericals, let us look at one more concept which is an infinite geometric progression. So, what is an infinite geometric progression? It is a normal geometric progression, but the number of terms we will take it as infinitely large. We will take it as infinitely large. So, if you have a series A, series means plus, if I write with a comma it will be sequence, A plus AR plus AR square plus AR cube, so on, this extending to infinite terms. So, what will be another term here? AR power n minus 1. What will be infinitely large term? Now, there are two cases, that infinitely large term can be 0 or it can be infinitely large, it cannot be something in between, okay? Because A r power, this is not right way of writing it, but if I write it this way, infinite term, any number power infinity, if that number is not 1, if it is 1 it does not make much sense. So, if it is not 1, if it is greater than 1, this number will be infinitely large. If this number is between 0 and 1, that number will be 0. 1 by 2, let us say you are raising it to infinitely large power, 1 by 2 if you square, what will happen? 1 by 4. When you cube, what will happen? 1 by 8, further small, 1 by 64, 1 by 128, 1 by 1024. As you increase the power of 2, the number becomes smaller and smaller, and once the power is infinitely large, what will happen to 1 by 2 power? That it will be 0. So, only when it is 0, the sum can be some finite number, the sum can be some finite number. Such a sequence, such a series, we call it a converging series. If it becomes infinity, that sum will not be a finite number, such a thing it is called a divergent series. So, it is does not make sense when the terms are becoming infinitely large, right. So, we discuss infinite series only for the case where mod r is less than 1. That is when you get this summation to be a finite number. So, what is a infinite geometric progression? Where the number of terms are infinitely many, and when will this make sense to us? Only when your common ratio is less than 1, between minus 1 and 1, mod r less than 1. So, let us see how to find this common difference. S n, what is it? Sum to n terms, A into 1 minus r power n divided by 1 minus r, right. Now, here in this case we assumed that mod r is less than 1, and what I have to find is sum to n tending to infinity. I will not put directly n equal to infinity, we are not supposed to mathematically put n equal to infinity. So, what we mathematically write is limit as n tends to infinity, as n is becoming a infinitely large number, only that is the meaning of this, do not get bogged down by this. This only means as n is becoming a infinitely large number, as n tends to infinity, what is S n. This happily you can also, because it is only a notation symbolic way of representation, you can write it as S infinity, sum to infinite terms, or you can as well put S infinity here, infinity symbol here, but do not put infinity here. So, as n tends to infinity, because this is a number less than 1, what will happen to that when raised to infinitely large power? We have seen 1 by 3, when you increase the power, 1 by 3 square, 1 by 9 is further small, cube it further small. So, when you raise it to infinitely large power, this will vanish, this will become how much? 0. So, what will you be left with? A, only 1 in the numerator, this becomes 0 divided by 1 minus r. So, sum to infinite terms of a geometric progression whose common ratio magnitude is less than 1 will be how much? A by 1 minus r, A by 1 minus r. It is a simple concept, nothing to get worried here. As n tends to infinity, whenever mod r is less than 1, r power n will become 0. So, let me look at a small question here. I want sum to n infinite terms of the series 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube, so on up to infinity. So, can you see that this is a GP? Here you are multiplying by 1 by 3, you are getting the next term. Next term you have to multiply again by 1 by 3, multiply another 1 by 3, you will get 1 by 3 cube, so on. So, this is a GP, infinite GP. How many terms? Infinite terms. So, this will be A by 1 by 1 minus r 1 by 3. 1 minus 1 by 3 is how much? 2 by 3. 2 by 3 in the reciprocal, what will it become? 3 by 2, as simple as this. Is the method clear, all of you? Okay. Let me look at some more questions on infinite GP before I move to next concept. See, all of you are used to writing this notation 3.45 bar. Yes or no? What does this mean? 5, the bar is only on 5. You have to repeat writing 5 how many times? Infinitely many times. Now, is this a rational number or an irrational number? This is a non-terminating decimal. This will not end, non-terminating decimal. So, every non-terminating decimal is a rational number. What is a irrational number? It is a non-terminating, non-repeating number, right. So, this is not ending, but it is repeating. So, this is a rational number. This is not terminating, but this is repeating. So, this is a rational number. It can be written in the form p by q. So, question can be write this number in the form of p by q. So, usually there are two ways of doing it. We will call this x. X is what? 3.455555, so on. One way of doing this question is multiply by this by 10. 10x, how much will it be? 34.555555, so on, infinite times. Multiply this again by 100. 100x will be how much? 345.555555, so on. Now, subtract both of them, one from the other. 100x minus 10x will be comfortable, right? 100x minus 10x will be how much? 90x will be equal to. Now, can you see this 0.5555, 0.5555 getting cancelled? What do you have? 345 minus 34. So, x is equal to 345 minus 34. How much is it? 311 divided by 90. Can you see it in the form of p by q? Yes, right. So, this is a rational number. Our assumption that it is a rational number is true. So, we a non-repeating, repeating decimal is a rational number. Non-repeating, non-terminating will be a rational number. Repeating decimal will always be a rational number. This justifies our definition. Okay, we are able to write it in the form p by q. Now, without doing this, let me see if I can use the concept of infinite GP to arrive at the same result. So, what is our number x? It is 3. Point means you are adding how much? 0.4. 0.4 is what? 4 by 10 plus 0.05 is how much? 5 by 100 plus 0.005 5 by 1000, or this is 10 square, 10 cube plus 5 by 10 power 4. Yes or no? This is how you can write this number. 3 plus 0.04 is 4 by 10, 0.005 is 5 by 10 square plus 0.005 is 5 by 10 cube plus 0.0005 is 5 by 10 power 4, so on. This is the summation. Now, if I forget these two numbers, if I keep them as it is, can you take anything common from these numbers? 5 by 10 square into what are you left with? 1 plus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10 square plus so on infinite terms. These numbers are all forming a GP, infinite GP. So, these numbers are again infinite GP. Can you find the sum to that infinite GP? 3 as it is, I am not changing it. 4 by 10 I am not changing it. 5 by 10 square I am not changing it. This I am summing it by infinite GP. What is first term of this infinite GP? 1 divided by a minus r, 1 minus 1 by 10. How much is it? 9 by 10, right. 110 gets cancelled. So, what is this number? 5 by 90, 5 by 90, very simple. Directly I could have written 5 by 90. Is it clear what I have done? This is an infinite GP whose first term is 1, common ratio is 1 by 10. So, how much will this be? A by 1 minus r, 1 by 1 minus 10, which is 10 by 9. This number I can replace it by 10 by 9. So, 110 gets cancelled, you have 5 by 90. So, how much will this summation be? 90 is your LCM. If you remember, this was the denominator which we got in the previous case also. So, 3 you have to multiply it by how much? 90, which gives you 270, plus 4 you have to multiply by 9, 36, plus 5. Is it simple? So, 300 and how much is it? 300, 270 plus 30 plus 11, 311 divided by 90, same as the previous answer. So, this you could have identified that these numbers are in infinite geometric progression. You will have lot of importance of this infinite geometric progression both in your mathematics as well as in your physics and chemistry chapters also. You will get questions in your kinematics and collisions, like there is a ball rebounding, it hits the ground, it goes back to certain height, comes back again, back slowly it goes to rest, right. When you throw a ball, elastic ball from the top, what will happen? It will rebound. Will it rebound completely? No, to certain extent. Again it will go back, rebounds from the floor, comes to certain extent, comes to certain extent. So, this rebounding will happen, slowly it will come to rest. So, in that question what they will ask is find the total displacement. So, you have to sum all these distances which it has travelled. This will come out to be an infinite GP. So, there you do not forget to use the concept of our infinite GP. Okay. So, in next class we will discuss some questions on geometric progression and arithmetic progression. We will also discuss some properties which combine, which are common to both of them and which combine both of them. And then we will also discuss one more important progression, which is arithmetico-geometric progression. In arithmetic-geometric progression, there will be only one variety of question, remember it, and that is summation of arithmetico-geometric progression. And that you will be happily able to do if you remember the proof of the geometric progression which I did in this class. Okay. The proof of this geometric progression, what I did? I multiplied by r, I just wrote the terms pushing one step ahead, subtracted both of them, many cancellations happened and I was able to do the sum. So, if that process, if you remember, dealing with arithmetico-geometric progression will also be very easy. Their terms will not get cancelled, but you will get a AP, that we will see. But remember from today's class how to find sum to n terms of infinite terms of a GP, find sum to n terms of a GP, what is a GP, what is the general term, and then we solve some basic questions on geometric progression. In next class will be very important to us, we will solve some very important tricks to solve questions on geometric progression very easily. Okay.